Lots to think about there. Joining me now is Nick Lapis, Director of Advocacy at Californians Against Waste. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
I know you have a lot of thoughts on how better to use our money than put it into the single-use plastics, but let's divert that specifically into the holidays. What do you think when it comes to gifts we should be thinking about?
That's a good question. And it's the time of year where we generate a lot of extra waste compared to our normal baseline. And so, you in that segment talked about giving somebody a reusable mug. And there are gifts like that, reusable mugs, reusable totes, water bottles. But really, I think we all already have too many of those on our shelves. And so I would actually recommend not giving stuff. The best thing you could do is give experiences, bake something, make something. There are a lot of things you can do that don't involve buying something that'll, at best sit on the shelf. At worst, go straight into the trash.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for a travel gift certificate myself, but what about kids? They love to wake up in the morning and see all these presents under the tree, and a lot of them are kind of junk.
Yeah, I have a 5-year-old, so I know that struggle really well, because there is something special to opening the gift, right? But at the same time, everybody wants to give my 5-year-old another toy from Target. Mm-hmm. And he just loses interest in them so quickly. He gets the toy. It's very exciting. The opening of the gift is probably more exciting than playing with the toy. And then a week later, it's on the floor of his room and he's not using it. Compared to the experiences that he remembers and he talks about, when somebody takes him to the zoo, when somebody takes him to see a show. Somebody gave us tickets to watch Bluey live a couple of years ago, and that was a fantastic gift.
Okay, yes, I can see that. You just have to get over that short-term gratification thing. Also, when it comes to wrapping papers, we've heard, try to reuse it. That's sometimes easier said than done if it gets all ripped.
Yeah, for me, I try to reuse the Trader Joe's paper bags. Those work really well as gift wrap. Historically, I think people have always used the comics from newspapers, although not as many people get newspapers these days.
Very true. Okay, so beyond the holidays, what about New Year's resolutions? If somebody, sees the problem with the massive amount of plastics we're accumulating, but doesn't even know where to start.
Yeah, I think it's about starting with small steps. You had a segment just now with Starbucks and the one before the break. And the thing about the segment before the break is that everybody you interviewed was sitting inside the Starbucks, drinking from a disposable cup. And so the question shouldn't be, what kind of disposable cup do you have? It should be, you should get a ceramic cup. And that's a really easy change. Everybody that goes to a Starbucks could ask, and almost every Starbucks does have the ceramic mugs for consuming beverage for there.
Okay, that's an easy one. And, really, any thought, before we go, as far as to try not to get depressed about this, because a lot of this say, oh, it's not even being recycled anyway. I give up on the whole thing.
Yeah, recycling is complicated because it comes down to markets. It's not a magic button you push. Some manufacturer somewhere has to buy the product and actually make it into something new. There are some really good legislative solutions coming. New programs being implemented in California and elsewhere that will really hopefully create more of the markets so that you can feel better about the stuff that gets recycled.
All right, Nick Lapis with Californians Against Waste. We appreciate your advice. And for more tips on how to have a more sustainable holiday, you can go to our website, kpix.com, and we've got them for you there. We're going to be